Woody Frog, and in this video I need to talk about a few things that have been going on, so then you all can understand my kind of perspective, because I don't know if I can keep uploading more videos, because just let me explain though. As some of you might even know, my grandmother passed away last year, and I made a video about it because, like, I needed to tell you, because, you know, I just felt like as if I needed to tell someone else. And yeah, she passed away at an old age. I went back to school, and people were saying they're sorry for my loss, but then people were saying that I need to, like, let everything go. I ignored it. Time went by, and as you know, my cat, you know, he always would, like, puke, and we thought it was because we kept feeding him too much, so we kind of put him on a little diet, and he didn't like it. But then just one day, he puked, but it wasn't normal. It was very red. So we moved his litter box and his food and water all the way up into my room. I didn't sleep in there because he needed space in that room. Yeah, he sat there. And unfortunately, he too passed away. This happened, I guess, recently. We were definitely upset. Well, me and Owen were very upset, because we grew up with him, and we grew up with our grandma, but for me, it hit even ever since he was a little kitten. And I'm the one, like, who would even see him. I don't know what's really going on over here, but alrighty then. And honestly, like, when we found him, I didn't know what to think. I didn't, like, well, one, I didn't even think at all. I just went under the bed, and, you know, he wasn't moving, wasn't breathing. And something in my head was like, I'm so sorry, dude, but Louis, he's dead. He's gone. He passed on already. Like, there's nothing we could do. But something else in my brain was refusing to accept it. So, okay. So I just kept on, like, loving on him, even though I knew that he was gone, but I just chose to not accept it. Another thing that happened is I recently went through a breakup. Now, I need to tell you the story, because as far as I know, the story is even getting bigger. So apparently someone, now we don't know who the someone is, but someone was I guess, like, trying to ruin my relationship, and what they did was they told my girlfriend that I was cheating on her, and I wish I could cheat on my internet, because it really sucks. And, well, someone said that to her. She believed it. Now, she was really upset with me, and I was confused, because I haven't talked to any other girl besides her. And Well, like, that's just, whoever did that, like, I hope you're happy, because we did break up. But we got back together because what I'm guessing is that she figured out that I was telling the truth, because I was sitting there, like, in my chair, and I was sweating, and I was panicking, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose her, because someone is lying to her. Someone is telling her these dumb lies, and I'm about to lose her, even though I'm telling the goddamn truth. And we got back together, but I was asking her who was it, and she said it was Noah, one of my best friends. Now, the story I thought would end there, and I would not be friends with Noah, or I would, like, beat the crap out of him. No, the story keeps going. Apparently Noah is telling me that he doesn't have any kind of social media platform to communicate with her, and he doesn't have her number. So, like, so he doesn't quite know, because when I told him, it even shocked him, because he wasn't sure. Like, he was like, I'm sorry for the breakup, but okay. But he was also shocked as well when I told him, like, did you tell her that I was cheating on her? He was shocked. He was like, no, I didn't tell her any of that. He didn't tell her. So someone is still out there, and I feel like they're going to do it again. They're going to try to do this again. And if it's someone really close that I know, like, I'm not happy about any of that. But what I am happy about is that I get Caitlin back, because honestly, I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna cheat on her. You know, because she is a really amazing girl. She's an amazing woman with an amazing personality. She's very funny, she's smart, she's very creative, and, you know, she's kind of the reason why I'm always playing this game. And honestly, to hear someone telling her the lies, it makes me think back to when I was in school, because when I was in school, I was going through even harder times. At the time, my grandma was still alive, but she was struggling, and I couldn't focus in school. So I even got into a fight with the wrong person, and people till this day still think that he beat me up. But no, I didn't beat him up. He didn't beat me up. We both sucked at it, okay? We both were hitting each other, but it was like air. It was like, it was just awful. It was a horrible fight. And, well, people were going up against me. People, like, the school were trying to do everything they could to make my life a living hell. And they did a very great job at it, because I was wrongfully accused of threatening my own school. Now, this never happened. This teacher, like, literally she went to the front office and just opened her bitch mouth and spoke bullshit. And what happened? I was suspended, I believe, for 9 days. Now, for 2.5 days, I was at my grandma's house, helping her. And she was forgetting things, like what day it was. Now, I literally didn't even care about, like, school or getting suspended. All I cared about at the time was helping my grandma recover from all of this bullshit. But then I hear, okay, Dylan, you get to go back to school early. I was like, oh, come on. Like, one, I hate school, so of course I'm like, oh, come on. But then again, I was also kind of happy, because I really wanted to see the look on the teachers' faces when I show up to class. And the look on their faces, like, they're like, what? Why are you here? And I'm just like, shut up, alright? Shut up and teach us. Do your job. Oh my gosh, really? Just gonna keep going. But, like, at the time everyone was just against me, and it was really, really frustrating because my parents were telling me that they're going to be there for me, but in my own defense, they kind of made matters worse because they kind of made matters worse to the point where literally I was so aggressive in school that people were trying, not teachers. It wasn't just the teachers, it was also the other students. Even kids who didn't even know me, kids from like another school would even challenge me to do something really bad, like, dude, beat the crap out of this kid. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And they're like, why not? I'm like, because, dude, that's like the stupidest thing that I could do. I'm not about to do that. What am I gonna get out of it? Nothing, so hell no, I'm not doing it. And then I got into the 8th grade. I broke a lock in the 8th grade, and it was an accident. Now the story to my dad was complete fucking bullshit to him. I picked up a pencil because I'm always like picking things up and just playing with it because I'm fidgety, and there was a teacher's door, and I wanted to like look inside of it because I don't know, I was just curious. Like, I didn't know, I wasn't really thinking in my head. I wasn't like curious, but then again, I was not curious to open that door. But I wasn't looking, and I accidentally jabbed that pencil straight into the lock, and I tried to get it out, but a piece of it broke off and it was stuck in there, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. And I looked up and I saw that camera, and I was like, shit, I'm in trouble. And they call me into the office, and they're like, you broke that lock, blah blah blah. And what they told me was, we could suspend you, but we're not going to. We do have a choice to suspend you, but what we're going to do is we're not going to, but what you will have to do is serve after school detention for 3 hours. I was like, alright, let's do it. And I actually liked serving it after school. It wasn't really bad, but it wasn't really fun, but it, like, I was keeping myself entertained. Like, I was sitting there. It was nice, and it was very peaceful. I got a lot of work done, so yay. And the day that I broke that lock, my dad said some things that I know that he shouldn't have said, and after that he even came to apologize, and I didn't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, apologize to me even though I know you meant it. He was saying these things like, if I was in that class with you, I would have beat the shit out of you. I would have beat your ass in front of everyone. And I was like, you're gonna do that to me? Really? Well, like, either way, you're the one who's gonna get in trouble for that. And then another thing that he said was, like, he was like, what did you feel, Dylan? Did you feel like revenge? Did you feel like you needed to take revenge on something? And I was like, no. What would I have to take revenge on? And he's like, no one cares how you goddamn feel, Dylan. And I was like, okay. But that actually kind of hurt me because that's also something that some teachers said to me. No one cares how you feel. So I felt very, like, I felt like as if everyone turned their back on me and I was all alone. So all that bullshit happened. And me and my dad, we don't have the best relationship together. And, you know, we really just don't have the best relationship. And at this time, honestly, going into high school, and my dad teaches at the high school I'm going to, I'm hoping that things will be better, because when I was in middle school, not only was my body going through changes, but I was going through extreme changes. Like, I was watching friends become enemies, I was watching enemies become my friends, and I was watching the people that, and I was watching Like, I was just watching random kids just get bullied for no reason, and I started realizing this is middle school. This is awful. I wonder what high school is going to be like. And honestly, you know, of course I struggled uploading videos in middle school because I wasn't doing so well because my brain was in another place whenever I was in class. And I was constantly being yelled at by teachers and my parents and my friends because my friends were like, dude, you need to, like, you gotta stop doing this or else you're gonna get expelled. And the teachers were saying, we're gonna expel you if you don't get your head out of your ass. And my parents were saying, you need to listen to your teachers because, you know, they're the boss. But the thing that really stuck with me is what my mom and dad said. They both said, you're the kid, they're the adult, you have no saying, you have no opinion. And I was like, oh, I don't? I don't? Oh, okay then. And like, I took that and I actually did something in school that kind of did something a little bit too much. Like, I was telling people that, you know, our school system is bullshit, and people really started taking that to heart. And then, you know, apparently I started a tiny movement in the school where people kind of went on a little strike on doing work for the teachers because some teachers refused to do, like, we had to always put our work in on time, you know what I'm saying? But the teachers never gave our grades back on time, and sometimes teachers would just lie to us about it, and we were tired of it. We're like, we need our grades, we need this, we need that, because, you know, our parents are getting mad at us. We're losing our phones, we're losing our PlayStations, Xbox, you know, we're losing everything because of you, because you're sitting here doing whatever. So I'm telling you all of this right now. High school is not, like, in my opinion, my internet can be better, but honestly, it's not. But my internet, damn it, my, Jesus Christ, I'm teleporting. My, high school that I'm going to, I am hoping that I will be able to upload many videos, okay, and I'm hoping that I don't lose anyone during that year. And I just felt like making a video because I needed all of you to kind of understand what I was going through, because there were times in videos where I literally cut specific parts out because I would just out of nowhere just feel this sudden pressure on me, and it was during school. And the thing that I hated the most was when I would be recording a video and my parents would call me downstairs to do homework. That was like the hardest thing to kind of wrap around because it was just so annoying. I never really got any privacy. I didn't get to quite talk to my friends because I could only talk to them like at school. And now, because we're all in quarantine, my dad is actually the one who's trying to get me to get off of this thing. But I'm over here like, nope, I'm not getting off. And he's like, well, you gotta go make some new friends. I'm like, that's kind of the thing that I'm not trying to do. Because one, I don't really like anyone in this neighborhood. Two, COVID's going around. So I'm gonna stay away from people. Unlike you go on ahead, do whatever the hell you want. And my dad said, okay, but they said it's okay to go outside. And in my head, I was like, okay, we were told that police officers were here to protect us, but look what happened. All right, look what's going on. All right, Dad, look what's going on. But I didn't say it out loud because I knew he would just go into the bitchy politics and bullcrap. But like, he's my dad, and there's just things that I really don't like about him, but there's also things that I do like about him. But there's more things that I hate about him than there are that I like about him. And whenever he says, like, How much do you love me, Dylan? I can't quite answer that question, honestly, sometimes, because I don't really, at most of the times, because I'm not going to forget that moment I was in the car and he was like yelling at me and he said all these awful things, and no apology is ever going to take that back, because at the time, if he would have known, you know, teachers were going up against me, my friends were turning to my enemies, and you know, I was hanging with the wrong crowd, and then they became my best crowd because they taught me, you know, they taught me things, even though I did so many things by myself. Like, they taught me that if your dad's talking shit about you, you need to learn to ignore him, but not to prove him wrong. Because if you try to prove him wrong, then he's gonna try to get the best out of you, and then he's gonna do something with it, or something like that. So I didn't try to prove him wrong, but I didn't try to prove him right either. So I just had to make a video because I just felt like uploading, and I'm going sky high in the... I bailed? Bullshit. And honestly, guys, like, I'm 14 years old. I'm turning 15 August. So I also want you all to know that, you know, I really appreciate the 30 subscribers, because it makes me feel so happy, you know, that like you guys actually do kind of like my content. And I wish I could make better content, but I really can't because of my internet. But it's also the new stress that's coming down on me about going to high school. So I'm gonna give you guys a fair warning that later in life, when I get into high school, uploads are probably gonna be a little bit slower. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys that right now. Alright. Well, I guess that's the end of the video then. Thank you for at least taking the time out of your amazing day to watch this stupid video. And if you are new to this channel, feel free to like this video, subscribe, or leave a comment, or do anything. Okay? Yeah. Thank you for the 30 subscribers. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.